Pregnancy is one of the most exciting journey in women's life. For women with pre-existing medical disorders, it brings a lot of anxiety, stress, and countless questions. The questions about whether she can have a safe pregnancy, whether her health would be affected by the medical disorder she is having, or because of the existing medical disorder, is there any effect going to be on the fetus? But with evolving medicine and a multidisciplinary team approach, there's a lot of advances in the medicine for women with pre-existing medical conditions who can have a safe and healthy journey. Welcome to Thrive by Birthright by Rainbow Hospital. Here, we are going to discuss about the medical disorders, how they are going to have an effect on pregnancy, and how we can manage the pregnancy. Good afternoon. I am Dr. Pratyusha, working as a consultant obstetrician in Birthright by Rainbow Hospital. And joining with me is Dr. Nivedita, who is a physician and who has been involved in treating the obstetric patients with medical complications. We, along with liaison with other medical team, which includes anesthesiologist, endocrinologist, cardiologist, help to take care of a woman safely throughout her journey. Hi, Dr. Nivedita. What does medical disorder in pregnancy means, and what are the conditions that come under medical disorders in pregnancy?
Hi, Dr. Pratyusha. Thanks for having me over today. So, medical disorders in pregnancy means some women already have pre-existing conditions like diabetes, hypertension, epilepsy, asthma, or certain autoimmune conditions like SLE, rheumatoid arthritis, etc. And some conditions develop in the course of pregnancy like gestational diabetes or gestational hypertension, preeclampsia, peripartum cardiomyopathy, and all those conditions that happen in pregnancy. So in women with pre-existing conditions, we emphasize on preconceptional counseling to get their disease in control, be in the best of their health as possible before planning pregnancy. And in women who develop conditions, we take care of them as their pregnancy progresses. Severity depends and the outcomes depend on each patient. They differ in each patient. So we take it as per each case. But when we already know that a person is suffering from diseases like thyroid or hypertension or autoimmune condition, and they're planning for pregnancy, they have to keep the disease at bay. So how much ever the medications that they are on, move them, like change them to the things that are safe in pregnancy, and work on optimal weight, have good nutrition. Continue the medications. Don't stop them abruptly without any consultations or anything. So this way, even women with chronic medical illnesses can plan pregnancy, have a healthy pregnancy, and deliver a healthy baby.
How does preconceptional counseling help for women with medical conditions or medical disorders like hypertension, diabetes, epilepsy, or any renal issues? How does Birthright help in taking care of these women even before they conceive?
Preconceptional counseling is very important and should be emphasized more so nowadays, given the increase in maternal age, increase in diabetes, thyroid, or hypertension at the onset is happening at a younger age in people. So preconceptional counseling helps us optimize the control better before they conceive. Well, like sugars, thyroid control, BP control, all can be done before they plan their pregnancy. The medications that we give, certain medications for hypertension like AC inhibitors and all that are given in young age, young onset hypertension. These are not, they are absolutely contraindicated in pregnancy because they have teratogenic effect. They cause harm in the development of the organs in the baby. So these have to be changed to pregnancy safe ones. And then epilepsy, certain drugs that the patient is on, they can be cleared more than a normal. The clearance of the drug is more in a pregnant patient compared to a normal patient. So adjusting those doses, changing the medications to pregnancy safe ones is very important. So at the end of the day, when a patient is coming for preconceptional counseling, you adjust, you see that they're in the best of their health. So it is like proactively taking care of the disease rather than a curveball that is thrown at us when they're during the journey of their pregnancy. So it is very, very important for people with chronic illnesses to come, have a preconceptional counseling, do all the medical checkup, be of utmost health, and then plan a pregnancy for the best outcomes.
Most of the times, women who are pregnant, they have a lot of myth and they have a lot of anxiety in taking the medications for the medical disorders. They have a lot of, fear in taking these medications, whether they're going to have any effect on the baby. So, how do you ensure and convince the patient that the medications can be safely taken?
So pregnancy is a state as such when people worry a lot about what is going to happen to their babies more than their own health. They want to have a healthy baby, whatever it is. So what happens is they abruptly stop medications. Let it be for BP, let it be epilepsy drugs, let it be asthma drugs. So the biggest misconception is medications are unsafe in pregnancy. It is so that having an uncontrolled disease is far more unsafe or hazardous than the medication itself. So that is why when you're planning for pregnancy, you already know that you're having a chronic illness, or if suppose you accidentally get pregnant and you're on other lot of medications, don't abruptly stop them. It's better as soon as you know that you're pregnant, you go to a doctor, let it be a physician or your cardiologist or endocrinologist or whoever, go meet them. Ask them that, tell them that you're pregnant or you're planning for your pregnancy, and then change your medications. Because stopping the medications abruptly will cause more harm than anything else. So that is how it is. People should become more educated and aware rather than let their anxiety set in and take some hasty decisions in the way.
Yeah, so it's like those people with thyroid disorders or those people with gestational diabetes, it's always better that they take their thyroid medication rather than stopping it, because that leads to increasing thyroid levels, which may have an effect on the baby and may cause neurological developmental problems in the baby. Same way, insulin, if taken, will have a problem in pregnancy is a myth. Basically, insulin is safest in pregnancy, and with that, if the sugars are under control, then it will help for any large for gestational fetuses or macrosomic babies, or causing complications during the delivery, which shoulder dystocia is one of the dreaded complications for an obstetrician if at all the sugars are not under control. What are the warning signs for a pregnant mother which should not be neglected, and they should approach a doctor?
Pregnancy is a state where it mimics or masks the disease at the same time. So pregnancy, a pregnant lady, because of the increase in the girth of the abdomen due to gravid uterus, can have slight breathlessness, can have increase in the heart rate, can have leg swelling, which are all physiological changes of pregnancy. But then these are also the symptoms which can mask an underlying serious condition as well. So to differentiate them both will be a little difficult, but having said that, don't neglect any symptom when it is out of proportion. It is better to mention it to your doctor. Even if it is a physiological change, getting it examined is better. So the major things or concerns a pregnant lady should keep in mind is having severe headaches, any blurring of vision, continuous chest pains, palpitations, breathlessness with minimal exertion, excessive swelling in the legs, and then any swelling in the face or hands, any rash that has developed suddenly, fever. Fever is again a serious condition in pregnant status, because even 1 or 2 episodes of fever can cause a lot of harm to the fetus. It is not to scare anybody, but just keeping an eye out, keeping your temperature controlled at least till you meet the doctor. So most pregnant women come to me saying that we have not taken anything for fever because we were scared of taking paracetamol. But paracetamol is relatively safe. I mean, it is the safest drug that we give in pregnancy, but any drug compared to having high temperatures is safer. So take a paracetamol if you're not able to go to the doctor immediately. Hydration is one other thing that people neglect. So these things have to be kept in mind. And any of the above symptoms that I mentioned, if they are happening continuously, even epigastric pain, that can be simple acidity also, but it can also be gallstones, because pregnancy is again a state where gallstones can be triggered. Or if you're having kidney stones already, that can worsen in pregnancy or immediately postpartum. So some symptoms have to be mentioned, and if it is happening recurrent especially. A little bit of leg swelling, slight breathlessness are again like common in pregnancy. But when it is way out of bound, you're not able to do your daily activities, it is always better to mention it to your doctor.
At Birthright by Rainbow Hospital, there are multi-specialties which are involved in taking care of complex medical conditions like obstetrician, fetal medicine specialist, physician, anesthesiologist, cardiologist, endocrinologist, depending on the complex medical condition. So how does this team approach help?
Complicated pregnancies require a coordinated plan rather than isolated consultations. So as a physician, we treat diabetes, hypertension, thyroid, asthma, autoimmune conditions. As an obstetrician, you'll be taking care of the progression of pregnancy as well as the fetal well-being. We involve the fetal medicine specialists also to see that the baby's growth is not affected because of the chronic medical condition and is on par with the gestational age. So when required with complications and the conditions that are arising, endocrinologists, hepatologists, anesthetists, nephrologists and all, depending on the condition of the patient and how severe the condition is. And if they're already on follow-up with their respective either of the specialties, we also ask them to follow up with them to see that if as the pregnancy progresses and organogenesis is done, like for example, if I have to give about thyroid, in the first trimester of hyperthyroidism, we give a different type of drug, and after they cross the first trimester, we give a different type of drug. So we just change that and involve different specialties when required.
Yeah, same way. Like if at all in case of any cardiac issues or if there are any autoimmune disorders, we get a pre-anesthetic checkup done by an anesthesiologist so that in terms when the patient is requiring admission, they are well aware about the patient who's going to get admitted and the required type of anesthesia is chosen. At the same way, in case of any preterms and all, we involve a neonatologist so that they are aware and ready for the resuscitation part, so that whenever the baby is about to deliver, the whole team is present to take care of the baby. So definitely a multidisciplinary team approach is more fruitful rather than an individual specialty getting involved. If multiple team of doctors are involved in taking care of that patient, they will have a healthy labor as well as a healthy baby. No two patients are the same. So how do you prepare an individualized plan in treating a woman with pre-existing medical disorder?
So every patient is unique, every pregnancy is unique. In the same woman also, no two pregnancies will be the same. We have to assess the patient, know the severity of the disease, the gestational age at which she is presenting us at, and individualize the plan depending on her state. The follow-ups, the treatment, the outcome of pregnancy all depends on the patient. Because, for example, we have few patients who come and ask us, like there are people who deliver at 200 BP, but for us, even with such low BP, we had a miscarriage and all. So that's what it is. We cannot predict how a pregnancy will progress, even with the same hypertension or even with the same thyroid disorder, because each pregnancy reacts differently. So as when we assess the patient, when we know how the blood reports are, how the outcome is, how regular are they to their follow-ups, like we make a plan and then ask them to follow that and come in touch with us whenever there are any ups and downs in their pregnancy symptoms and etc. So basically, each plan has to be individualized to the patient. It is not like one size fits all concept.
If a woman with medical condition develop complications during the process of labor, how does having a multidisciplinary team under one roof help in taking care of this mother?
Pregnancy is a state where decompensation happens rapidly. So when a person, like conditions like diabetic ketoacidosis, preeclampsia, eclampsia, sepsis, massive hemorrhage, all these need rapid decision making and action also. So a physician, obstetrics team, intensivist, anesthetist, neonatologist, blood bank services, when they're readily available, decision making and action, there's no time lost. Similarly, investigations and everything are also done immediately, and the reports also we get them quickly, faster than usual. So having a multidisciplinary team helps to take care of the patient very fast. The time here every minute counts, right? So we approach, we take action quickly, and the outcomes, so the best possible outcomes for the mother and baby can be achieved when it is a multidisciplinary setup rather than waiting for things to happen.
Dr. Nivedita, for women with pre-existing medical condition, on what basis should they choose a hospital or where they want to deliver? Having multidisciplinary team and critical and intensive care unit beneficial to the patient?
Yes, absolutely, I'd say. Women with high-risk pregnancy should always choose a hospital equipped to do routine deliveries as well as handle medical emergencies. So when they are choosing, they have to see if the hospital has good obstetrics team with experienced doctors, around-the-clock anesthetists if they are available, maternal fetal ICU, neonatologists, if they have blood bank, good lab services. As a unit, that all these people, when involved, will have a better outcome on if there is a case of medical emergency if it arises. Well-equipped hospital with multidisciplinary approach helps to have comprehensive care over the period of your pregnancy journey, have a good delivery, and even have a good follow-up in postpartum period for the best possible maternal and fetal outcomes.
Thank you, Dr. Nivedita, for sharing your valuable inputs on treatment of pregnant mothers with medical disorders in pregnancy. So for all of those who are planning pregnancy, the treatment doesn't start when you get pregnant. Basically, it's better to take a preconceptional counseling, and mainly for those people with pre-existing medical condition, so that the doctor addresses your problem, makes a plan for you to have a healthy baby. Thank you.